Italiana.
Welcome back, everyone. So Juve have won the Supercoppa, and our focus will turn at the weekend to the Premier League. A London derby at the Emirates. Arsenal against Chelsea, Saturday at 5 o'clock. That's on 1 and in 4K UHD. Well, there's certainly been a little bit of aggro after the game, to say the least. Higuain making his feelings felt, or at least trying to some of the Juventus players and the referee, of course. Milan feeling that maybe they should have been awarded a penalty in the closing stages of the game, and also they're complaining about a challenge by Blaise Matuidi on Romagnoli that they felt was very similar to that for which Kessié was sent off, the Milan player. So the controversy and the chat rumbles on, but Ronaldo's goal has won this for Juventus. Let's have a look back at exactly how they did it in the company here of Don Hutchison. A close affair, maybe closer than perhaps some might have anticipated this game. The first genuine opportunity fell to Douglas Costa, who was pretty close in the 4th minute.
Yeah, he was very close. João Cancelo with the work on the right-hand side. Lovely ball with the outside of his right foot to find the Brazilian. And that's exactly where he would want to be, inside the 18-yard box, on that angle. Ball goes in at his feet, takes it on the back foot, opens his body. He's tried to whip it towards the top left-hand corner. And you can see Donnarumma scrambling across to his right-hand side. See from this angle, great angle it is, how close this was. Inches past the post.
João Cancelo made his return today after more than a month out with a knee injury, and he looked really fresh, and again was very close to the same corner in actual fact.
Yeah, same two players involved. Douglas Costa starting the move, fires a little ball into Cancelo's feet. He arrives in the 18-yard box. Been in great form, Cancelo, the early part of the season. And again, he's trying to whip it into that bottom right-hand corner. I think he might have had Donnarumma beaten inches wide again.
Well, Matuidi had the ball in the back of the net, but this was ruled out for offside.
Yeah, Douglas Costa again, he's been pulling strings, or was pulling strings, all evening long. And I just felt as though Blaise Matuidi, in real time, just went a fraction early. He's probably thinking Costa's taking the shot on, and that's the Brazilian finds Blaise Matuidi. He was a yard or two offside. Easy spot from the linesman, and a good call.
And Cristiano Ronaldo had a good opportunity in the closing stages of the first half. The cross by Douglas Costa.
Yeah, it was when Juve were down the right-hand side, was Cancelo putting balls in the box. Alexandro down the left, his radar wasn't quite on it. But this is a really good ball to the far post. Ronaldo sees the flight of the ball. He's trying to volley that into the top corner. And you just say he peels away from Rodriguez. Great cross, and he just hits it into the floor. And nearly, with a little bit of luck, he could have arrived in the top corner.
So into the second half then, and we saw very early on Cutrone with an instinctive shot rattle the crossbar.
That's a brilliant effort. And Çalhanoğlu got himself in a lovely position just in the pocket. The ball just bounced off Milan Pjanic, and then on the swivel he just wraps that as hard as he can. Cutrone, very, very unlucky. Had to Chesney beaten. It just wouldn't go underneath that crossbar.
Well, there were appeals for a penalty from Ronaldo and Juventus after this, which certainly did strike the arm of Zapata, but he was so close.
Yeah, I don't think you give penalties for those. I hear people around the world on social media saying any sort of handball in the box should be a penalty. You'd be distraught if you were a Milan fan. Zapata's just got his arms alongside him. Ronaldo's trying to clip it in the box. It's totally accidental. And for me, that's not a penalty.
We saw Donnarumma called into action to deny Cristiano Ronaldo before he got his goal. The Portuguese, trademark Ronaldo really, isn't it? Cutting in from the left-hand side.
Yeah, you'd like Davide Calabria just to understand who's on the ball and do his research a little bit more. Maybe be a bit of tired legs, because once Ronaldo gets it in this area, Calabria should be sending him to the byline on his wicker left foot and asking him to put a ball in the box. Don't allow Ronaldo to chop inside, because he's very capable of putting that in the top corner.
Çalhanoğlu had an opportunity just before the hour mark, a long way out, but he wasn't too far off.
No, he had a couple of good shots that tested. Chesney hits him for a lot of power, just took a touch with his studs, just rolled it a yard to the right-hand side, trying to whip it in hard and low.
Did look as though Szczęsny had that covered, and here's the goal that's won the Supercoppa for Juventus. What a ball it is from Pjanic, and Ronaldo timed his run to perfection.
Yeah, it's all fine margins at the very highest level. They went to VAR to see if Ronaldo ran offside. Rodriguez is the player, number 68, that played him on. It's all about the ball from Pjanic. Lovely delivery. I don't think it's a ball that Donnarumma could come for because the ball's very flat. If it was any higher, Donnarumma would come and take it, but brilliant goal from Juve, well executed from Ronaldo. Ball was brilliant from Milan Pjanic.
Ronaldo's 16th goal in all competitions for Juventus. And they had the ball in the back of the net again, but this was correctly ruled offside as Matuidi found Dybala.
Yeah, it was all too good to be true, really, because it was excellent play from Juve. Good combination play between Dybala, Ronaldo, 1-2. Matuidi then is offside, and the next pass from Matuidi, Dybala's then offside. So easy call for the linesman.
Now this is the red card shown to Franck Kessié. It was for the challenge there on Emre Can.
Do you know what, when I saw this, sorry Adam, when I saw this for the first and second time, I thought Kessié was unlucky to be sent off, and then you see, once it goes to VAR, the referee, Luca Banti, gets that view, and I thought he caught him on the laces, but he didn't. On this angle, he catches him down the shin, and that's a bad tackle. And the referee was absolutely correct to send Kessié off.
Went to check it, Luca Banti, and then produced that red card for Kessié. Now this was a really big moment at the end of the game. The challenge on Conti by Emre Can.
Again, from the next angle, this angle, in real time it didn't look like a foul, but on that angle there it looks a clear penalty. Andrea Conti trying to get across the near post. Emre Can, desperate defending, gets nothing of the ball, and that should have been a penalty to Milan.
Perhaps a let-off there for Juventus, the double winners, as the Milan players here get their medals. They may have lost this game, the Rossoneri, Dom, but I think once the dust has settled, Gattuso will have positives to take out.
Absolutely, they've made a lot of friends with the performance they've put in tonight, Milan. They've had a good season. They shouldn't allow this to detract away from how good they've been playing. A little bit inconsistent, yes, but they're a young side. On and off the pitch there's progress from Milan. And I think if you paint a picture before the game that the game was going to be tight, but Ronaldo was going to get the goal, it's no disgrace Milan losing that type of game, because they've played well, created chances, and I think Gattuso at the end of the game, you saw him having a little go at the referee and the officials because he felt as though his team should have had a penalty, and rightly so.
Quite the sight, isn't it? The King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah. First time that Saudi has hosted the Supercoppa. It's the 10th time that the competition has been played outside of Italy. Matuidi putting in an excellent performance in that midfield, and Pjanic it was, of course, set up the goal.
Yeah, they were excellent in that midfield. It's a very, very good midfield. Young Rodrigo Bentancur played well. Pjanic pulling strings. Matuidi, I thought, was just sensational in terms of how much he runs, how much distance he covers. He breaks up play, he gets in the box. He's a real all-rounder. And they just had that sprinkle of quality at the top end of the pitch with Douglas Costa, Paulo Dybala, and then the match winner, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo delivers his first silverware as a Juventus player. They'll hope it's the first of many. Perfect way to start off 2019. Every domestic honour now resides in Turin. This is the only one that was missing. Allegri has his 10th major honour with Juve now. A domestic double followed by Supercoppa success. The 8th time the Bianconeri have now won this competition, more than any other club. A club which has winning in its DNA. And this, the latest prestigious prize. Juventus are winners of the Supercoppa Italiana. The trophy lifted high by the captain, Chiellini.
They might be 6-time losers, but now Juve 8-time winners. Incredible achievement from Max Allegri's men.
They are quite simply a winning machine. Perhaps bigger challenges lie ahead. They want to finally get their hands on that UEFA Champions League trophy. 9 points clear in Serie A. Big favourites to go on and win the Serie A title again. Of course, still in the Coppa Italia as well, fighting on all fronts, but they have their first trophy of 2019, Juventus. And how they will celebrate it, I would imagine, long into the night in Jeddah before that long journey home, around 5,000 kilometres. Thanks to Don Hutchison for his company. It's been enjoyable. It's Juventus who've claimed the trophy.